everyone. No, it's a change on me, goddamn. My cousin of mine is okay. No, for real. It really isn't. To the genuine ones, I truly hope all is well in your end. And I truly hope that you continue to find peace within regards to who gave up on you all during your journey so that you didn't have potential. You man, you're worthy. My content is not for everyone. Healing trauma and pain is not a race overnight process, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I am not your genuine love respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime, and I say that respectfully. Never give up on yourself when someone says you don't have potential or someone tries to blackmail you against you when you truly wasn't the issue. Speaking up for yourself, it wasn't a crime. How he was in the background telling all these lies. How you had your next door neighbor in different tax bracket trying to shortchange when it comes to your mental health, or because they lacked self-control when it came to discipline. They didn't want you to understand your vocabulary when it comes to self-control. Hold on one second, but you truly had it within you when it comes to maturing, acting your body like your shoes, how they would never understand elevation. Hold on one second, you're just in your own lane. No, it hasn't changed on me. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's changed over me when you be your authentic self. How someone says you don't got potential and you was never the issue. Your vocabulary, yes, it does hit different when it comes to unconditional love. That growth hits different when you actually put that footwork in. You wasn't doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Worshiping the good God, good day, bad day, misunderstanding. They even were focused on spoke in a toxic way. They want you to be bent out of to catch a case, but God wasn't rejecting you. God was protecting your mental health. God was allowing you to realize the hold on one second. Everybody's supposed to be part of your journey, but you still don't respect your neighbor. Thank you, no, thank you, but hold on one second. When the enemy got real close to the end of the day, hold on one second. It's okay not to say nothing. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself when someone gives up on you or overlooks you during your journey, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not, and that's okay. Where do you start when someone doesn't hear you? Where do you start when you got your neighbors right to left trying to dim your light, they're trying to project the case on you, and he wasn't even in that vocabulary. Or because of their tax bracket, took a whole community to go up against one person because someone truly had potential. They wanted to see someone frown to maintain they smile. Healing, charm, and pain, they didn't give a F about that. At the end of the day, they didn't give a fuck about your existence when you chose yourself. You didn't have hate in your vein. They didn't understand your self-reflection. Hold on one second. You wasn't trying to dim your light. They say God wasn't real, but God was just keeping it real. They sweeping down to you, worship the devil, but hold on one second. God allowed you to heal. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. You know, gang stalking is real. It really is. And it's disgusting to see it doesn't matter what someone's tax bracket, how someone will gang stalk you, humiliate you, lie on your name, all because you spoke up for yourself because you understood the even exchange. You wasn't trying to endure pain another day, understanding your reality, maintaining a smile. How you had your next door neighbor wanting to see you down. You had terrorists, karmics, right to left, witches and warlocks in different tax bracket. Behind the scenes doing dirty work, but it was somebody was always in the room actually paying attention. Hold on one second. I don't want nobody doing that shit to my people. It be the train of thought for me because they didn't want that karma to hit them. Everybody's walk of life ain't the same. Dibbling, dabbling with spell work in a toxic way, let on good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It be the train of thought for me. How folks be like you truly for you at the end of the day, but they be behind closed doors, don't want you to elevate. How they be playing with spell work, you know, doing witchcraft, voodoo, doing magic, so your elevation when it comes to your pockets don't elevate at the end of the day. Got your next door neighbor in different tax brackets talking about, hold on one second. Pulling calls on you without your permission. Telling you every move, but hold on one second. They didn't understand, hold on one second. You was just minding your business. No, it be the truth on me. I hope you understand this bullshit. People can swear they know you at the end of the day, but they don't goddamn know you. No, for real, for real. Because if they did what they would stay in their lane. It's kind of funny how someone would dibble and dabble and try to get into your contract records. Trying to see your future, how bright it truly is at the end of the day. So they get everybody from different continents, communities, zip codes, counties, just to make sure you don't elevate. They would destroy your character in the most unhealthiest way. They would be shape-shifting. If you actually know what that means, they will walk right into your body when you least expect it. This is a spiritual world only if you know what we're truly going through. No, and the shade gonna be, oh my God, my content not for everybody, and that's okay. But this type of stuff actually happens. How a mom just had her baby. How a mother at the end of the day was trying to take care of her household. And folks didn't want her to understand self-love when it comes to her confidence. They stripped that baby away from that mother at the end of it, let alone that father. So that mother would be mentally unstable. She didn't ask for that at the end of the day. She had a future so bright. Who would have knew that she'd be so uncomfortable today? All because of the fact that they wanted to dim her light because she was willing to choose her and her family. How this type of stuff actually happens. It may not be happening in your household, but it's happening in someone else's household. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a crash out. The energy is different. Hold on 1 second. Never on them. You're lying. Never on them. You're lying. No. It's a chain of thought for me when you catching your blessings. Choosing yourself, that was confidence. Understand your own reflection. How you had your next door neighbor in different tax bracket. Wanted you to wild out the end of the day to sneak this. You hold on 1 second, but I understood confidence. I understood the even exchange when it came to self-control and it came to discipline that day. You wanted me to act out because you took pictures of me at the end of the day, but I saw you when I received it. Be trained to thought for me. How God was showing me who my enemy was when I least expected. All because I prayed to truly go within, and the devil showed up, and it was you. No, Evan, straight up, oh my God. You know, sometimes when you pray and you go within and you ask God for little guidance and stuff, God will show you your next door neighbor. Like, look, that tax bracket motherfucker right there. They got a little bit more than you, but hold on 1 second. This motherfucker trying to strip you from your own fucking refrigerator, letting your finance, your sight, and then your spiritual gifts. No other check on me, bitch. You haven't dreamed in a couple of days because it's them. How this type of stuff actually happens. How people be playing with smoke under the moon. You know, the full moon that's truly real. We live in a spiritual world, only keep it real. How folks be dibbling, dabbling. Witchcraft, voodoo. You put a name in your book at the end of it because everybody's culture ain't the same. But I don't mean no disrespect because I knew how to stay in my lane. I said thank you, no thank you. They try to size me up. Yeah, being a little spiritual at the end of the day. I was real gifted. I ain't have to fake it for the views or likes or clout chasing. I just understood at the end that was more than humble when someone tried to humble me to shortchange it on mental health. No, Evan, Trey, why would you do that? How folks will truly get you locked up, put you in the cycle, allowing your name. They want to dim your light and paint a picture to certain folks that you truly ain't who you say you are. But who would have knew that God was truly protecting you? Mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. God was showing you the enemy when you least expected. You ain't signed up for that contract. It was truly one-sided. They wanted to sell your soul. They don't take your gifts. They wanted to mentally make you unstable. Only rest hold on 1 second. God allows you to exist. My content is not for everyone, and I say that respectfully. You know, gang stalking is real. Like someone would hack your devices. You don't even got to be in the same facility as them. You don't even got to be next to them. By you just going to pay a bill, a phone bill, and someone works behind the desk, getting all your information, hungry to they just traced all your information. Or let alone going to get a phone fixed, how they cloned your phone, the lie on your name, they disrespect you out loud. You trying to figure out, hold on 1 second, this is a new phone, what the fuck going on here? I ain't signed up for this bullshit. Now be the train of thought for me. Self-reflecting, realize, hold on 1 second, where my email at today? It was just right here. I had all my pictures right here. It just disappeared. And only realized someone was in the background laughing, talking about nobody gonna believe you. We're gonna paint you out to be the villain out story. Paint you out to be crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. Ain't nobody gonna believe you at the end of the day. We're gonna paint you out to be somebody we truly want you to be. To catch a case. That's how their mindset is. Acting their shoe size, not their body weight, then mad they tax bracket. It's kind of funny how people be so jealous and envy at the end of the day. All because you're more gifted than them. And they don't want you to elevate all along. Someone doesn't want you to be financially stable when it comes to elevation, when it comes to growth. But as soon as they household, they not trying to hear all that. No, Evan, check on me. I don't know what's wrong with the me. Let me check though for me. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. And one thing I don't have to do is lie. You know, gang stalking is real. You could be sleeping with somebody that does it to you. It could be a next door neighbor in different tags bracket that you don't even know. And you didn't have to get physical. You could just walk by somebody. And with a split of a second, your life will change forever. Because of the fact that someone doesn't have self-control when it comes to discipline. And they behind that wall laughing when it comes to their tax bracket. And they trying to paint you out to be the bad habit. Or because you understood at the end of the day, I ain't have to play with sport to take for tack with you at the end of the day, let alone light a candle. It'd be the train of thought for me. I ain't have to do a ritual or put you on Evan straight off of me. My sanctuary. Something that's not even existing. It'd be the train of thought for me. How this type of stuff actually happens. But you don't gotta go tick for tack with somebody. When someone wants to see you frown, because they live in a community that they pick and choose who they want to bully. And they pick and choose who they want to get locked up or put in a sideboard. They pick and choose who they want to antagonize to manipulate. It doesn't matter if it's a tarot reader that does this type of stuff, that are witches and karmics. Because they see that you got potential. They want to strip everything from you, your creativity, the self-love that you have for yourself. They don't want you to love yourself. They don't want you to believe in yourself. They don't want you to have confidence within yourself. And look, when the devil's by their side, but they ain't got no soul this whole entire time because God didn't lie, because God was showing you the enemy when you least expected, because God was pointing you in the right direction. I got your back when it comes to these fools trying to sort of change you when it comes to your mental health. How this type of stuff actually happens. How they want you to be in a mindset of not having faith. They don't want you to have the mindset of believing in self-love. They don't want you to be in a healthy relationship, so they would do rituals to make sure that your love life doesn't exist. But when you're a type of person that loves to be by yourself, they don't understand that existence because they're so miserable being by themselves. They'll think that you're miserable because you're not with somebody. But everybody's vocabularies are the same. And this type of stuff actually does happen. They even do spell work so you won't get pregnant. They even do spell work because of the fact that you won't get pregnant or you won't have that long-term relationship, or you get married and they make sure that they ruin that relationship for you. How this type of stuff happens. They even ruin the fact that your financial stability. They even will dibble and dabble. Don't matter where they get the money from, who they go to, family member or not, to pull a card on you, do spell work on you, send low frequency energies towards you so it can manipulate your energy. So you will be painted out to be the crazy person, or you'll be painted out to be the delusional person, or you'll be painted out to be someone that they don't want to exist in society. And they say that God is not real, but everybody's healing, trauma, and pain is not the same. And spiritual warfare is really real. It really is. My content is not for everyone. That's like saying that you decided to apply for a job, or someone saw that they seen potential within you. They will make sure that they will change someone's mindset when it comes to you, so they can look at you in a light that you're not who you say you are. And then they probably have someone come in and converse with this person and paint you out to be somebody as a bad person, or someone that's not orderly conduct, that you don't show up for yourself on time, and the last job you probably didn't do this, you probably didn't do that, all along. They'll probably strip you mentally, physically, financially, and emotionally, even from your own household. They want you to be homeless. They don't want you to speak up for yourself. They watch your every move, got you under surveillance. And they sit in the background eating a nice home-cooked meal, laughing at you at the end of the day because you was truly keeping it real. How they probably hack, like, they would sit there and hack your devices while you on the phone with somebody, while you just send somebody a video, while you just on FaceTime with somebody. And say, for instance, you had an important message to tell somebody, like an emergency, and you had to send a voice note to somebody. They're going to make sure in their best power it doesn't get to somebody, because they want to make sure that your voice does not exist. And how this type of stuff actually happens. And I know you're probably watching me right now, enemy, the devil. But one thing I'm not is living in fear, and I'm not scared. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a crash out, catching my blessings, not dimming my light. Hold on 1 second, it's a train of thought for me. How they got folks in different tax brackets when it comes to job titles, only to disrespect you, to destroy your title. That elevation when it comes to growth, you standing up for yourself, walking alone. They don't like the fact that, hold on 1 second, you was really keeping the real. How these folks be psychic focused, they free will, and the last person wasn't able to tell their story. So they wanted to make sure they dim your light so you won't be able to recover at the end of the day. So they try to wire your mouth shut. They even would try to blackmail you as a criminal at the end of the day to put you at a scene that you truly wasn't. Got your next door neighbor in different tax bracket, listening to your every move, telling you every whereabout at the end of the day. And you have to do nothing to them. How they pay people good money to tell you every move. How they pay people good money to make money off of you. How you didn't sign up for a one-sided contract. And how you can walk past somebody when you least expect it. They'll be doing spell work on you. You know, the spiritual world is really real. It really is. It's not more so healing trauma and pain. It's more so, no, at the end of the day, everybody's truly not for you. An individual can say they respect you all day long, but in the background, they trying to do you wrong. All because you got a gift from God, or because you're more spiritual than somebody when it comes to you use your gifts in the right way. Because a lot of people, when they're spiritual, it's a 50% chance that they use their gifts for bad. And people pick and choose who they want to bully. People pick and choose who they want to put in the mindset of making that person a prisoner. How this type of stuff actually happens. And one thing I don't have to do is lie. Because being gang stalked is nothing funny about it. It's nothing. It's nothing funny about it. No mother, no child, no family member should have to deal with being gang stalked. Is a mother right now that her child was stripped away from her. Is a father right now that their child was stripped away from them because someone was doing spell work over their household. In regards to how long that mother and father been talking up for years to speak up for themselves, their voice still has been dim. They still haven't got the custody of their child yet. And they fighting a system that's going against them that don't hear them. My content is not for everyone. How someone would do spell work on your child. You're not understanding why your baby's in the hospital. You're not understanding what's going on with your household. And you don't dibble and dabble with spell work. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding day. You don't dibble and dabble with black magic, with witchcraft, voodoo, and all that stuff. You don't dibble and dabble with that stuff. But to find out you dealing with people that's around you that dibble and dabble with it, the energy is different. Because you was a participant within it. Compared to the person that doesn't deal with it or doesn't surround themselves with people that dibble and dabble with it. The energy is different. We're not the same. We're not. Because not everybody dibbles and dabbles with spell work. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Everybody's not out here sending the evil eyes to their neighbor. How you go against somebody in the beginning, and then as soon as they speak up for themselves, now they a snitch. Now they this. Now they that. Now they a bitch. Now they this. Now they that. Hey, the trade on me. I gotta go. No, for real. How you bully somebody in the beginning, right? And then now you want to be done bullying somebody because now someone's speaking up for themselves. But what happened to stop in the beginning? And it's so disrespectful to see how someone would do such a thing and then they dibble and dabble with spell work, and then they have people sending someone spell work, evil eyes and stuff like that. And you have a household with children. I wouldn't wish that on your babies. Good day, bad day, misunderstanding. I will forever say that. Man, woman, I don't care what you are. Because nobody should be stripped away from their children. And no child should have the backflash because their mother or father didn't have self-control. And some individuals that don't have kids, that don't give a fuck about your kids at the end of the day, so they will tag you along their bullshit. And then the only reason, hold on 1 second, you just dealt your own fair share, your own karma. Bothering an innocent person. When you know that this person never did nothing to you. Nothing. Besides respect you. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. When someone says that you don't have potential, never give up on yourself. When someone tries to blackmail you against you, try to dig up your past, or try to humiliate you, never dim your light, and I say that respectfully. Regardless, they got you shadow banned, they paying this person, that person have to deal with you, trying to humiliate you, disrespect you, allow to see you frown. Never give up on yourself, and I say that respectfully. The right community hears you, sees you, and respects you. I never gave nobody permission to hack my devices. I never gave nobody permission to follow me around when it comes to my life. I never gave nobody the acknowledgement or to repeat anything that I got going on in my household. Never, not one time. Because I could care less about what you got going on in your household. But once you try to bring harm towards me, I'm going to speak up for myself, regardless to who hears me or don't sees me. Regardless who hears me or not see me at the end of the day. In regards to who you decide to say, you know what, we're going to blackmail this person and get this individual locked up. We're going to tap their phones and page into their conversations. Matter of fact, we had the devices around their household anyway. So you know what? We're going to make sure we shortchange them. My content is not everybody. This type of stuff actually happens. Just because it's not happening in your household, it's happening in someone else's household. That's being labeled as crazy, slow, stupid, and retarded. And you can have proof all day long. But when someone threatens your life and says, hey, I'm going to have a community of people go against you, it's only one you. And your story never changed. My content for everybody. And I never gave nobody permission to use my personal information as their own. And today is currently June 13, 2025. Always be yourself. You know, gang stalking is really real. It really is. You have celebrities gang stalking you, terror readers, YouTubers, individuals in your community, the devil, the enemy. They come in all different shapes and sizes. How they will blackmail you against you because you said faith. You said self-love. You said, I want to heal. I want to choose me. I want to understand my journey. I want to understand this new self-vision of me, not to dim my light. Regardless to what these mother effers is doing in the background, I still want to choose me. They going to pay me out to be the villain in their story, but God made me see I'm a miracle. I'm far from a crash out. Regardless of who tries to blackmail me, I would never hurt myself or others around me. I speak up for myself with no malicious intentions. And I do not live in fear. And I walk alone in these streets. And I make that very clear. I don't fear no man, no woman, no child. But my Heavenly Mother, my Heavenly Father God, that's the only two I fear. And I do not dibble and dabble with spell work. And I do not worship the devil. Good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. My content is not for everyone. You know, when you're dealing with gang stalking and you're dealing with a community of individuals, doesn't matter if it's the community that you live in, because community can be multiple communities. A community is a community. And when you're dealing with individuals who will blackmail you against you or put you in a situation where they say, where's your guard at now, when they have your back against the wall, when they trying to get you locked up or try to put you in the psych board or try to frame you for a crime that you didn't do. Where's your guard at now? That's what they're going to say. All along when they try to jump on you and they try to jump you or beat you up or whatever case may be, they're going to say, where's your guard at now? How this type of stuff actually happens. The last person wasn't able to tell their story. They was food poisoning. They got food poison. Someone laced they narcotics. They got put into a mindset of becoming their worst enemy because someone did spell work on them. And they never was the same ever again. Someone was stripped from their household to be mentally not stable. Someone was put in a system to be locked up, removed from their household, removed from their children. Mentally not stable to love themselves ever again. They're not just a system, but individuals with a lack of self-control until it happens to them. And it's just different until it happens to them. They wouldn't want nobody doing that to them, but they would do it to somebody else that was innocent. It's people out here committing crimes, like little real life crimes, like sight people at their free will. You would think they would have a degree doing something else. They rather gang stalk innocent people who are truly gifted and who are truly high ranking when it comes to being spiritual. And one thing I would never do is run from me. I know how it feels to be on an empty stomach. I know how it feels not to have. I know how it feels to be 100 and soaking wet pounds. Ain't nobody to dial. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Healing trauma and pain is not a game. And spiritual warfare is not a game. I see individuals talk about gang stalking. But when someone is not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing, and they didn't sign up for someone's one-sided contract, and they're not doing it for clout, their energy is different. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Loving yourself is not a crime. It's not. Regardless to who tries to have you shadow banned so certain individuals won't see you or hear you or acknowledge you, never give up on you. Because what you're going through when a community is going against you, you're not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing. You're doing it to show up for yourself, because when the right people see you, they hear you, they respect you. They ain't got malicious to blackmail you against you. They ain't got hate in their vein that look at you like competition. That elevation hits different. I don't know what this means, top fans. What does that mean? One, it said, last week it said community, now it says top fans. So what does that mean? Can someone elaborate with me in the comment section? It'd be the train of thought for me. That's what they don't want you to do. They don't want you to be at peace with yourself. Hold on 1 second. They don't want you to be at peace with yourself. Hold on 1 second. They want you to be miserable, 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 miserable. Hey. But nothing funny was about being miserable. They say misery loves company. I wasn't disturbed my peace because it wasn't within me. That energy is different. Was never doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. Loving yourself, the better yourself never done your light. Misunderstood and loved by you, far from a hater, what about you? Misunderstood and judged by you, far from a hater, what about you? I'm not aging on respect, my content is not for everybody. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstand day, and if you use my videos to blackmail me against me, that's totally fine. But one thing I never had to do was lie. They have YouTubers out here that rob people. So be mindful and wise when going to certain tarot readers. They will steal your information. Not just steal your information. When you give them your card information, or you give them your Cash App, or your Zelle, or this, or whatever the case may be, however payment method you're using, they will use it to blackmail you. Or they think that you're vulnerable, you're slow, sweet, and stupid and retarded, or whatever the case may be, because you're engaging in conversation. You know, them being a content creator, you would think they will respect the consumer or respect their fans, or whatever they say that you guys are to them, family or not. They will blackmail you against you. How this type of stuff actually happens. They will rob you. Soon as they get your address, they will rob you. How this type of stuff actually happens. I don't live in that vocabulary, and I say that respectfully. One thing I don't do is run from my past. It's a train of thought for me. I'm a very outspoken person. And one thing I don't have to do is sugarcoat it. Regardless who tries to blackmail me against me. I've been already blackmailed multiple times. When I enjoin someone's life just for someone to blackmail me and paint me out to be somebody I truly am not. But one thing I would never do is run from that conversation from April 2025. I would never run from that conversation. Because why? I was being authentic. I was being genuine. I had a good spirit that day. Never, not one time did I have a bad spirit. I had a good spirit. And someone said, you know what? We love your vibe. Only it was a lie. They sent the low frequency energy within there, playing music to try to dim out, like ask me if I was okay. Trying to throw me off shit when it come to my memory. Only was the hold on 1 second. I was truly okay. How you ask somebody if they're okay multiple times? Sending someone a low frequency. Got over 500-700 people in the building watching you, just laughing at you, saying that they're gonna rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. All because I joined the live. And I was threatened that someone would steal my creativity. Someone will blackmail me against me. All because I said, you know what? I respect my neighbor. I never knew that it was a crime to join someone's live. If you don't want the community to join your live, or you got hatred, or you got jealousy and envy towards somebody, it should be no reason why you should be entertaining anybody to try to kick them down in that orderly fashion. It's one thing talking shit about somebody, but when you go into the extreme to try to destroy somebody, that energy is different. You're trying to bring harm towards somebody now. You're threatening someone's life. My content is not for everybody. It's not. It's certain individuals that don't know how to speak up for themselves. It's certain individuals that are afraid to speak up for themselves. It's certain individuals that feel like if they speak up for themselves, they're not going to be heard or be overlooked. My content is not for everyone. It's not. And that's okay. But loving yourself is not a crime. And I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day, regardless of who tries to blackmail me against me. And one thing I never had to do was lie on you, sir or ma'am. And I say that respectfully. I didn't do anything to you. Never, not one time. Besides respect you. Only for you try to blackmail me against me. And say I'm a disorderly, I acted disorderly, whatever the case may be. I'm too this, I think I'm better than somebody, or I like things a special certain way, or whatever the case may be. And that was never the case. You don't have to do nothing to nobody for them to have hatred towards you, for them to have jealousy and envy towards you, or for them to want to see you frown. Anything I ever experienced, it actually happened. And one thing, like I said, I don't do is run from my past. And when God sends the right people into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you, they look at you like competition, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. You know, it's individuals that's playing behind the scenes. You know, being a content creator, it's 8:50 p.m., June 13, 2025. You know, being a content creator, especially when you're a genuine person, you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. You're doing it to show up for the ones that's truly for you. That ain't just different. But then there'll be someone in the background that will make the outside look like you're getting numbers, but then they be in the background making sure that you don't get back your monetization, that you don't get this, that you don't get that. Because someone is jealous and envy, because they know if you continue to show for yourself the way that you do every single day, and never not one day that you missed, that should be further than them. But I never looked at my neighbor like competition. Never. I always want everybody around me to win, regardless of who you was. Didn't matter about your disability, your age, your religion, or your culture. A big train of thought for me. You can have that mindset, you want people to win around you all day long, but they would be quickly to do you wrong. I would never stop having a good heart. It's not that I'm far from stupid, slow, and retarded, and I would never feel wrong for expressing myself to the wrong person at the end of the day. Because God closed that door for the right reasons. It should be no reason why someone you don't deal with, or you wasn't even in a relationship with, or you never, it was whatever kind of bond it was, you don't deal with them no more. It should be no reason why someone is trying to strip you mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially have you robbed. Nobody. It don't matter your culture, your religion, your sexual orientation, your disability, or your age. A young man just lost his life. A woman just lost her life because someone decided not to have self-control. Someone didn't understand the definition of discipline and stay in a lane. So they gather up two couples, and they said, you know what, we're going to shortchange this person's mental health. We're going to make sure that their family will never see they smile again. Didn't matter someone's culture, religion, sexual orientation, disability, or age. No. But now a mother and father in the family is grieving. And just because you think that you don't see certain individuals around certain people at the end of the day, that they don't have somebody they or someone loves them back. It be the train of thought for me. I don't wish this on nobody's household, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. It's a lot of individuals that walk around here with no soul. They don't know the definition of having a heart. Yeah, we live in a spiritual world, and it's an experience as to this 3D world. It's an experience. It's either you're going to hell or you're going to still continue to be toxic. And then when you confuse the two at the end of the day, it's like, dang, we can't all just get along at one time, because you're gonna always have the devil trying to knocking at your door. But when you don't entertain the devil, and the devil, and you approach the devil and step to the devil, well, not mentally, physically step into them, but letting them know, fall back. I see you as well as you see me. I ain't got to put my hands on you, but I see you. I ain't do nothing to you. Just fall back. And then the first thing they want to say is, oh, you a snitch. Yeah, oh, okay. I will hope that your daughter or your son doesn't have that same vocabulary either. When someone is going against them, your child goes to the schoolhouse and some nappy head child, or whatever the case may be, curly head child, straight head child, whatever the case may be, blue eyes, brown eyes baby, or whatever the case may be, go to that schoolhouse and cut your child hair. You like, I know it grow back, but hold the fuck up. Hold on 1 second. No. I ain't signed up for this bullshit. No, you didn't. You didn't sign up for it. And your child didn't sign up to be tormented either, or traumatized, because that day will forever live in their head. That's a baby. That's your baby. Because someone else didn't have self-control in their household, now you're looking at the parents like, what happened? But what happened to you too? It didn't matter if you had a mother and father in the household. You're raising your child now to not to do the opposite. Now they go into a schoolhouse. Now they be now you watching a bully your child when you the bully. Now ain't the trick on me. Don't you get it? Hello. What you're doing, what you're dishing out, is what you're receiving. But you're not receiving it how it was sent out. You're receiving it close to home now. And someone didn't have to send spell work towards you. Someone didn't have to do moon magic towards you, whatever the case may be. Someone didn't have to put you on their ritual, or whatever, the obituary, or whatever the case may be, or a sanctuary, and put a picture up there of you, and then did a homecoming for you. Because people do death magic. My content is not for everyone. It's not. You send your child to go from point A to Z. You just gave them a couple of dollars. Doesn't matter your tax bracket. Doesn't matter if you're a janitor, a supervisor in a supermarket, a librarian, someone who works in customer service. Doesn't matter. No, it does not. A teacher, a lawyer, it does not matter. Doesn't matter if you're not working right now. That's still your child. You had a little couple of dollars in your pocket and you gave it to your baby. You may have got hurt on the job. You may have got hurt here. You may have got hurt here. Accidents happen. And you gave your baby a couple of dollars. And because you gave your child a couple of dollars, someone decided to say they didn't care about your child because you cared about your child. Why should it have to be the vice psychology mind games for tactful? Because you didn't care about someone else's child. Because regardless how old that child is, that's still somebody's child. That's God's baby. We may not pray the same, but respect's a two-way street. I don't mean no disrespect. But that's still someone's loved one. Because not everybody has a mother and father. You gave your child a couple of dollars to go from point A to Z. They told you where they was going. You told them to be safe. Should it be a reason why your child's getting attacked at their free will? Should it be a reason why someone is robbing your child mentally, physically, emotionally, even spiritually? Or your child gets into a relationship and you think the person that they're dealing with is a good person, only for them to rob them mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, all because of the fact that those are the type of games that you was playing. And only realize your child, it just didn't endure the same pain that you projected on someone else, the innocent person. How this type of stuff actually happens, why should this be the norm? It's not the norm. It's only the norm to the devil. It's only the norm to the enemy. That's the only norm it is, because an average person doesn't have the mindset of projecting spell work. The average person does not have the mindset of getting someone carpool and going to a tarot reader or going to this warlock or this witch or that doctor, that practitioner, or whatever the case may be, to do magic or do spell work or do this or pull cards or stop someone's destiny. They don't have that mindset. They do not have that mindset. They don't even have the mindset of robbing someone mentally, physically, emotionally, or financially. They don't. It don't matter their upbringing, because everybody does not have the same mindset. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. Always be yourself. When it comes to my creativity, I get it from my Heavenly Mother and my Heavenly Father God, and I say that respectfully. Regardless to what next door neighbor and what tax bracket tries to blackmail me and use my creativity or say that they work with me, God sees everything, because I work alone and I always have. I never work with nobody. And I would never feel wrong for expressing myself to the wrong person, because God knew my intentions. Just like your child. It doesn't matter if you your child's backbone, if you there for your child, supporting them or not. You will want to make sure when they go out into society that they're safe. You want to make sure that when they dealing with certain individuals that work for customer service, that their child is not manipulated, regardless to how old your child is. It shouldn't have to wait till your mother gets to a certain age or your grandmother gets to a certain age and you got to run down there to want to whip somebody's ass because of the fact that someone decides, you know what, to blackmail them. And then you're trying to figure out who raised them, but you the same one doing the same thing. It'd be the same thought for me. My content is not for everyone, and that's okay. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. One thing I don't live in is fear. And I never gave nobody permission to make money off of me. I never gave nobody permission to use my personal information as their personal use. I never gave nobody permission to use my life experience or what I talk about to make money off of me. And I didn't sign up for nobody's one-sided contract, and I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. Can nobody ever tell your life better than you? Regardless to what next door neighbor is air hustling, if they got cameras in your household without your acknowledgement, or they hacked your devices and is using your devices as microphones. My content is not for everybody, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I never knew that speaking up for yourself was a crime, because someone decided to blackmail you against you and threatened your life and said that nobody will ever believe you. It should never have to wait until it's your household, sir or ma'am, for you to say, you know what, that wasn't cool. Nah. Because I wouldn't want somebody to do that to my daughter, regardless of how old they are. Regardless of how much bullshit they done did to me, regardless of what, they don't deserve that. And especially when your baby didn't do anything to nobody. Besides go from point A to Z. Thank you and excuse me. And sometimes they don't even say excuse me, but it's not being rude. Because certain individual who was playing with spell work, certain individuals who was gang stalking your baby, that's why they didn't speak. Or They was the ones, the individuals that was gang stalking your child, hacking your baby's devices, projecting spirit towards your baby, doing all these moon magic and all this weird stuff behind closed doors. They all ready to say no thank you, excuse me. They just moved out of the way. They wasn't disrespectful, no shape or form. They just moved out of the way. 6 feet apart. Maybe 10. No, they haven't trained on me. I'm rich. Oh no, can't touch me, can't touch you. I trained off of me. My content is not for everyone. Always be yourself when someone tries to blackmail you against you. The right community sees you, they hear you, they respect you. They're not gonna blackmail you against you to get you locked up, put you in the sideboard to do you wrong. They ain't gonna dim your light when it comes to your vocabulary, that self-love, when it comes to confidence. They will never understand your vision, the outside world. But the ones that's truly for you, they see you, they hear you, they respect you. They don't look at you like competition because they ain't got hate in their vein. Even when you get lost in your vocabulary, respect is still the same way. But no malicious intentions. My content is not for everybody. It didn't matter about someone's upbringing. Then, because the ones that's truly for you, they respect you. I'm not here to love respect. I'm about to wrap this video up. Always be yourself in those intentions. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstand day, regardless who's in the background trying to get me locked up, or put me in the sideboard, or trying to blackmail me against me, or pay me out to be someone truly or not. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. It's not. Protect your energy, protect you and your family. Stay out of trouble. Peace and respect to your neighbor. Stop the violence. You better rather do your light go. You never do your light. No, the change of you always be yourself, but no one days attention. Far from a hate and never competition. It was never competition when you understood elevation. The right people see you, hear, and respect you. They ain't listen to he say, she's, and the day when it comes to maturing, and it's just different. I would never hurt myself, regardless of who believes me or not at the end of the day. And you don't gotta believe me as to what I'm experiencing either. One thing I never had to do was lie. Never. It's no point. Always be yourself. The right people will never overlook you, and I say that respectfully. I would never hurt myself or others around me. Thank you, and excuse me. 6 feet apart. Maybe 10. Go about your way. That's it. I ain't gotta cross words at the end of the day. Folks try to blackmail you for you to catch a case. But God sees everything, and I don't wish the devil good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. And today is currently June 13, 2025. Stop the violence. Have a good evening. Thank you for your time. Peace and respect. Say respect. Today, stop the violence. You better know worthy of the night. You mad and you're worthy. Never dim your light. Thank you for your time. I'm closing this video at 4:48:05, 9:05 p.m. 1 and 2. Thank you for your time.